Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Relocating Solutions, and in this video I'm going to be answering some of the questions you guys have asked me on Instagram. Right after this video, I will also release videos like talking in specifics. Now let me just say that I am sharing this series because I remember when we relocated to Canada, there were so many questions. Even to date, I still get questions about relocation and stuff like that. And I think I only filmed like 2 videos explaining our relocation process and everything we did. And I'm the type that once we're done, we're relocated, let's move on. I'm not a Canadian consultant, that's not my niche, so I'm not going to be sitting down talking every time about new immigrants. So what will happen is when people now ask me questions, I just say, I'm sorry, this is the video I have. If you don't find it there, I can't help you because again, I can't keep explaining to everybody. So this is a platform for me to consolidate everything. That's why I'm doing that series now. I don't want someone to ask me a question in the future and I'm having to repeat myself to so many other people. Yeah, I don't want that. So if you do not hear your question, the most popular ones, know that they're coming. Subscribe so you don't miss them, right? Let's jump right into it. Somebody says, what is your experience with Ikea products in Canada? Flashy but don't last in America. I like them. I like the aesthetics of it, but my personal experience is we once got an Ikea couch and it broke. We had to return it. Good thing though is that warranty is great. They gave us a full refund and we had used that couch for almost 10 months. If you guys remember in my vlogs, it was the orange couch. They took it back and they gave us our refund fully. So I mean that's a good thing. So I think the warranty part makes you just like use it for a year and see where it gets you. But I still also have some IKEA things like their basket. Our console in our former house was from IKEA and it was great. So I'll say hit and miss. Hit or miss. Actually, you have a plan to give your home this aesthetic look. Honestly, I mean, that's my job. Let's be honest, that's kind of like my job. So although I'm not stressing about it right now, especially because the house is brand new, I don't just want to now be all over aesthetics and now keep dumping money that, we're just trying to balance our lives back financially. Honestly, this was a major and huge investment for us. So right now, if you guys look around me, like that's the table from my former office and I'm in my rented apartment. I will eventually, like I have mood board for days, don't get me wrong, but I don't see it as an immediate thing. I'm going to enjoy what is here in its newness and leverage the newness as opposed to just like replacing stuff. One thing I do want to do right now is making sure that every room looks different so that, apart from the landing area, living room, dining, kitchen, even those look different but just have pieces tying them together. So if we're talking about aesthetics and general remodeling, now is not the time. I wish my kitchen cabinets were white. Like I'd started buying things to suit it as white, but it didn't end up being white. So I'm just going to go with it and look at how I can work with it, but I'm not doing the most right now. Okay, now this question, do we get an unfinished house store or just like a house store in general? Guys, this is what I do almost every time here. I feel like, let me just answer the question. The answer is no, I'm not going to do a knock knock, welcome to my crib house store, whether it is furnished or unfurnished, just because it's not my cup of tea, personally speaking. And I feel like I already show bits and pieces of my house in vlogs, in reels, in pictures and stuff like that. So I feel like that now taking you to the nook, like I need to reserve some privacy for myself, for my kids, right? So we're definitely not doing like the proper house store, and also for safety reasons, honestly. God forbid, burglary and stuff is not common in this part of the world, but still, you also don't want everybody on the internet to have an idea of once you come out from this room you go to, once you come out from, no. You can even see the whole room, but you don't know how to navigate it. The last house tour I did after I had left the apartment, and I think that's safer. Personally, that's my cup of tea. So I'm sorry there's no house tour, but look, this is all my office, right? Okay, there's this entrance and this whole, closet thing, but you will still see bits and pieces. And for me, I do have a way of putting it together, but the only thing I will leave to the imagination is how every room now comes together. So sorry, but not sorry, no house tour. Your vlog said it's your 5th property. Please share more. So I've addressed this in the comment of that title and also on my Instagram. I think it's just a perspective thing. I see how that can come across as we've bought 5 properties in Canada, even though that should make you raise a brow. It's not impossible, but Like I always say, our fifth property was see Canada. If you're Yoruba, the direct translation is we bought our fifth property in Canada. So that was the angle I was coming from. But I definitely see how it looks like fifth property, in Canada, and that's why I had to come out the next day to explain it. But how we have five properties in total, there's no lie behind that. I had a property, my husband had a property before we met, and since we got married, 5 years of marriage, we've bought this as our third property. So that's five together, three with both our names and two with our individual names. Obviously, this one is in Canada, so that's where that came from. Anyway, this one is in Canada. The other four are scattered around Nigeria, from Abuja to Lagos to Akure, where we grew up, and yeah, that's that. Can you kindly recommend new PR tenants to your former landlord? Oh, I don't think so, just because we had to give them 2 months notice and people were already coming to view the house, and at some point people stopped coming to view the house, which tells me that they probably already found a new tenant. So I'm sorry. Are you changing Soteria's school, and how do you get your kids to adjust easily to a new location? For Soteria, she even starts elementary school. So in Canada, you start school at 4, in Ontario at 4, in some other provinces at 5. So she starts in September of this year, and yeah, so definitely going to change the school and adjusting to a new location. Honestly, even as funny as the room they sleep in, my kids just sleep. I'm thankful to God for that. Like, they have no problem. Obviously, it's a bigger house, so Soteria knows, and she's running around. Soteria knows, he loves the staircase, but it's not hard for us at all to adjust to a new location, because we're just homebodies, and what they really need and require is their parents and our attention. When did you start planning to own a home? I asked my husband this question. He's like, from the beginning. I feel like literally since we met, it was one thing that always came up in conversations. Like I said, we both had that mentality, like for us to have one property each. And I was 25 when I got married. My husband was 28-ish. So for us to have one property each at that time it was something that we wanted to continue to do. And to own a home in Canada was something that we, like, literally, I'll go into how, we brought some of the money even from Nigeria and stuff like that. How much does it cost to buy and build in Canada compared to the cost of it in Nigeria? Honestly, it's far from each other. In Nigeria, you spend Naira. Here, you spend dollars. There are houses that are between $500,000, $1 million houses are like normal people living houses here. And you know what that will be in Nigeria. There's a clear difference, honestly. If you start to convert how much the dollar here is to Naira, then you're talking ridiculous amount of money, right? Someone says, how many rooms does your house entail, and is it a duplex? So we have 6 rooms, and it is a duplex. From my understanding of a duplex, it's a duplex with a basement. How have you ensured that you have bought what you need to avoid clutter? Honestly, thank you for asking this question. And I'm still in the process of buying and stuff, but this is one thing I also am prioritizing. Like, we spent 2 months in the first house we stayed in Canada, and how much stuff we took out of there was ridiculous. Honestly. And now that we moved into this place, I don't remember the number of foods the truck is, my husband knows. But it is also ridiculous. Like, we kept packing and packing. You guys saw the moving vlogs, and the guys were like, where is all this stuff coming from? And we gave some away, and I'm just like, chile. I know for my kids, I'm like, obviously children outgrow stuff, so that's even legit. But for me, I'm reading up on minimalism and trying to see how that can fit into my lifestyle, honestly, as based on the job I also do. But I want to see how those things can fit into my lifestyle. I saw a YouTuber the other day that said she only films with 2 black tops. And that's not stopping the growth of her channel. I'm just like, bruh. Because it gets to a point that you just buy and buy and buy. But that's a good question. But honestly, I don't know. If you have info about that, send it my way, because it's something I want to embrace. How are the kids feeling about the new home? Static. That's the word. How did you manifest the house? Hard work and prayer. That's it. Or they had getting the desired area, so I'll talk more about the area in a different video. How did you save to purchase your home? Literally been saving since our 20s, but I'll get my husband to sit down and we'll do more in-depth, especially as new immigrants. I feel like this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but hopefully in that series we can talk about this in depth. Hi to Lou. Say someone is already a homeowner in USA and thinking of moving to Canada. So I asked PG this, my husband, and he said you just transfer your equity. I don't know much about it. I would suggest you speak to a broker or someone who is in this space, in the Canadian realtor space or mortgage space. How did you choose your realtor? That's another one. I said, how did you meet your realtor? It's so funny because it was so random. I was in a birthday party, and that's when you talk about other steps, right? And someone was just talking about our home building experience, home buying experience, and I was just like, okay. At that time, we had been using one realtor, and the ginger of the guy was not so much for us. So we're already relaxing, reconsidering maybe we should go rent and stuff like that. And when the girl just said, "Oh, our realtor has plugs and connect and everything," I just said, "Okay, please, let's do that." I'm like, I will slide into your DM. Happens that she was following me on Instagram, and we just hit it right off, and we exchanged contact, and that's how we found our realtor. The same person actually introduced us to the lawyer we used. We used a law firm called Discovery Law Firm, and honestly, thorough, professional. It was a blessing. Thank you, Jesu Michelle. Like even the name. She's Nigerian. Like, she was so patient through the process. There were many things we didn't foresee in the process. She was so patient. Like, she was a God-given lawyer. How come the home appliances didn't come with the house? And then another person said, I hope the builder gave you back the funds. Honestly, I think it's just and this is how expectations work in marriage, right? You don't communicate it because you just feel like they should know. It was one of those things that these builders have been building houses for years, and I don't think it's in the fine print that there won't be appliances, because it's something that it's just like saying. So what she told me that day was like, oh, it's just like curtains. Like, you don't expect your builder to give you curtains, right? Because I was saying that in the mail they sent, I saw something about moving day windows. I'm like, I didn't expect you to give me curtains, but I thought like there would be some form of covering. She was like, no, that was actual covering, and they don't provide it. So for them, that was like, they are coming from that place of, we won't provide it, but us, it wasn't something we thought to ask because we thought they would too. So it was just missed out in communication and stuff like that. I think it's just a pointer to ask, if you're in that process. Would you say 2023 is a good time to buy with the current interest rate? Honestly, if you ask me, I think so. It's like committing now and you reap the reward in the future. Interest rates are high, but value of houses have come down from its high us that it was, right? So I honestly think so. If you can bear the pain of repayments, being high for a while, you will reap it because you would have secured your house at a cheaper rate. But you guys will get the fuller picture. Someone said, currently saving for our down payment, and you joke, but we trust God to provide. Amen. God really came through for us. I can't even deny it. So amen. I'm sending good vibes and favor your way. How did you cultivate the habit of investing in things? I think what you mean to say is in property. And for me personally, it's just what I saw my mom do, and it gave her results, and I just follow suit, honestly. That's my short answer. Let me know. I did not read any book. I did not. It's just what I just followed my mom's footsteps. Shout out to you, mama. Shout out to you. Look at your girl making you proud in that. Kisses to you. For my. Me hailing my mom. This is a funny question. To get mortgage approval for a huge house as yours, does your income size matter? Yes, it does. Of course it does. And thank you for saying my house is huge house. My friend called me the other day. She was like, Tolu, I just saw your mansion. I was saying, you people, it's mansion, okay. It's so funny, but I like it. I mean, it's just vibes, right? But anyway, I think that's all for now. I will answer more in depth, like the major ones, in following videos. So subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell beside the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. They're like detailed ones, and some I will get my husband to sit down and film with me. But I just hope that like I can literally strip myself of every information I know, because obviously that's also not something that's common in the Nigerian community. Like, people like to odd and compete and stuff like that. I'm saying it's my chest. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. soul.